Good morning, folks. It's 9:29 a.m. on the 29th day, 6th month, 2022. And this is Rob Dean from Liverpool, England. Is it running this time? Yes, it is. I've run this twice. Right, I have terrible news. Look what I'm seeing here. There's about 10 inches of rain. And it's all going to happen pretty much all at once. Right. I'm going to go right meat potatoes on this because this is really troubling me. So let's get this warning out now. Some people only have 24 hours to react. 24 hours, nothing. 3 days from now, the gong gets hit. 5 days. Now, for this hearing, between these 2 days, excuse me, I bit my tongue earlier, but I'm still going to do the video. That sucks. I hate it when that happens. Anyhow, between this day and this day, fuck. This is so hard. Watch. Right, that is a lot. And then it has not stopped. The monsoon rains have arrived, and the impact areas around Sydney are once again catastrophic. Gone. Look at this. You're over half a meter. Over half a meter of rain. For Wollongong, the already terribly geo-attacked, punished, targeted area of peaceful Australia. Who, while this is going on, this is catastrophic rain for this area again. Evacuate immediately. If you have rains like this, and these rivers start getting swollen, your chance, and these are already weakened areas. These infrastructure here has been stressed to its maximums of what it could take from rains and winds and tree movements and things like that. They're coming down. You're gonna have to find safe harbor. I'm not gonna sleep very well. Tomorrow's my only day of resting, and I'm gonna be on this like flies on shit. Look at this. Now, I'm watching a lot of this live now, so you're catching my reaction. As soon as I saw this, I said, right, video. Tongue's bleeding. Give me a minute. No, you ain't gonna stop me from fucking talking by an accident biting something. I was hungry. They're back in the saddles again, folks. That's a line sustained rain. If we got two systems inundating, we have a shore walker, don't we? Hang on. It's telling me to fold in a storm. Nothing. There's nothing there. Right? You know why? Because all the moisture's up here. They had to beam it to bring it down, and the beam has just occurred. Just occurs, and it takes about 2 days, 36 hours for its motion to start bringing it through the country. And that's what they've done. And this beam just occurred because I was watching it. I want to timestamp the whole planet's moisture. That's all the water we got up there, folks, right now. Other than the primary water table under the mantle. That's all that's up there. If it all rained down at once. And these would be the amounts. Alright? 70s, just... There's what... So if you think, I'm going to find a nice even point here, you just don't see it. You're going to have to start learning it. 3 inches of rain is about 75 millimeters. And if you start learning that, you're going to see some of these numbers. They're huge. The amount of moisture in the world that's in this part of the world. That when they hit that beam, it made that wall like I described in that video where I was talking. Not the one where I was defending myself from something I really didn't deserve. And I'm not gonna really want to bring that up right now. So don't. Let's do the weather here for right now, and I'll address that in a separate thing. I'm doing a determining. Give me a moment. The beam has just occurred, and I had loaded this screen so I could see the whole world. Come on. Boy, they lit that storm up. It's just starting to light up here. So Alice is active at CERN dumped. It never dumped a beam. All it did was turn all its magnetics on and shut them off. I had a look this morning. We had a noise, and when I heard the noise, I went and looked, and it was CERN. Just powering down. And they're powering back up, and they're powering down, but they don't have any tests till tomorrow, Thursday. And it's tentative. Can you see that beam much more pronounced now? Hey, India, how's your quake up here? Boy, you guys got a bunch of rain. That beam there backed all this up. Right into here. Now they have to split this in two. For you guys to get that, and for them to get this, this has to be split in two. Moisture has to walk around. There is a big beam right there. You see it tickling the coast here? Well, let's get a better shot of that. Now I'm going to go to the near the end, because that's when we see it. Faster, faster. All right, flow. Bzz. Ooh, you got two big beams. Here's a, oh God, here's where your moisture. Okay, one's a cut that forces a left and right, and one of them is a prow wake, is a push. Part of it's already nucleated here. So this pushes here, cuts against that, that spins into here. Watch. I've seen these beams for years. It's like watching a chess move. Eventually you could figure Bobby Fischer's move that he was doing out. Or what would happen. Because of what he would do. Or something like that. Checkers. All I know is look at that hexagon here. Eh? In the river of moisture. Beam, signature from here. It's looking like a ship. There's a ship here. And it's going to pop a big one. Yep. Here's one. So there's a second ship. They're going to do a big one. Okay, chip is moved. Timestamp 27th on 6th month 2022. 12 o'clock. Do you see the beam yet here? Yeah. Now our jump backs here are 3 hours. So the microwave's been on 3 hours. 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 hours. The microwave has been on. You poor folks. How you been feeling? I've heard you've had headaches. I've heard you've had nosebleeds. Lack of energy. I've been hearing these. Some people had burning on their arms, and they don't live near towers. I'm looking to see if that's a splice. It's not. The conicity, or the shape of a cone, is wrong. And it's even square. Look. Right, this is a geostorm you're getting, and here's evidence of electromagnetic frequency affecting it. Is there a solar storm? Space weather dashboard. And we will look. Clean and green. So, no natural cause for that. Can be set on the sun. Okay, we did our determination. Let's keep this real. Okay, so I can't say that. Clean and green. I like that. I like when things are clean and green. It come from old Smokey and the Bandit. Clean and green. He didn't make that up. That was just stuff we said on the CB radio. Well, the first time we decided to let spy device and microphones into our cars. Yep, everybody needs one. Think about it. Knowing what you know now. Would that have been a spy device? No, government would never do that. All right, I'm going to have to zoom back down now to continue. Did you get a nice screenshot of that, eh? Now look at the curve of this pulse. It's going to have a push effect this way. This one. This is going to back. All right, if they hit this here, turn this here, it hits this, it has a wall. It'll naturally start to spin like this. You get a secondary low. If they hit this with a second beam, it'll scatter the moisture and she'll come in like a curtain. So we have to see which beam it is. Right, secondary beam deploying now. Right here. That beam is much more pronounced. Oh, my apologies. Look at how it scans. The beam is sweeping a line. And it does that. The energy itself will sweep a line. And so if you had a thing here at an angle and you sweep something in it just right and you pinch it, you'll actually increase the velocity of the winds and the amount of moisture that comes in all at once. It's I call it the wiper move. And I see it in the Gulf of Mexico all the time being used to sling moisture into the central United States through a corridor of Louisiana, or in kind of heads up towards Tennessee Valley sometimes when they hit it really right. Sometimes if they hit a wall up on the Appalachia, she'll just go straight north. And this is a big beam. That's a lot of energy. That is not cool. Now you got one its other direction. See the conicity is there, but the curve of the sweep is different. The modulation is different. And you get a second one here. Double pulse. So they hit it and then they hit it different. See the square? They wiped it and now they pushing it. Hemming the moisture. Well, I can't wait to look at worldview. I hadn't looked yet. I also hadn't slept yet. I laid down and tried. I just could not sleep. That's terrible looking. Squares on squares on squares. Looks like one of those dragon sleighs you'd see Santa. If Santa was having a bad day, it's a devil's sled. That's just tremendous. You know I'm going to shoot that one there. I'll screenshot action. Have to build back up my EMF collection. So I'm going to run a few frames on this. Can you get any idea now that you got fried? My God, did you see the blast at the end? Look how much moisture suddenly nucleated. That's why I said this line of rain, I won't be able to determine it till I see a beam. Some of this moisture might just suddenly condensate and then get scattered, and it won't rain down there. I'm going to have to determine this, and I've already told you my forecast is accurate. So you got intersections of beam here. Don't be surprised. That's going to put pressure on this underwater mount. Just give me a minute for the silence. My brain is ticking. Got one here. Got one here. You know anybody else that could read these? I'd love to conversate with them because, man, this is fun, isn't it? Whew, this does my head. This is a hard one. I got a beam here. I got a beam here. I got a beam here. I got an intersection, reverb here and here. I got a reverb was set up over here that went that way. Wiper went this way. The hemming up went that way. What did the local do? Right. Now I got to add this. All right, the beam here, it pinned the local up high. So that'll keep the river moisture from going any further south than there, thus making sure that rains very torrentially up here. That's difficult to determine. I have to have a more image. Right, see the geometric shape to that? You can still see some spoking towards the center of where the next rad is. You did not hide this beam, the people that don't want you to see it. So that tends, see how that's open? That's not as heated. So that'll be high pressure, that'll be low pressure, right? So this area here is now going to spin what direction? Clockwise in this hemisphere. And this will start going like this. So you're starting to see whatever chem is here is starting to push into this one. This one here is doing this. The pinch point of 2 rotations is here. Where the storm will start to blow up will be here. So if you see a storm blow up over here fairly soon, that's because there's 2 pinch points going on. And that's how that works. I don't know what your worldview looks like. I'm going to go find out. I'm not going to run a sat viewer show right now. Giving you a forecast, and I'll do a plume report tonight. I'd like you to have something for your first thing in the morning so you know what you need to do for the day. Right now, I want to show you what was most likely was your conditions that you've seen if you looked up at your sky today. And if you're not looking at your sky today, what is wrong with you? There's something is wrong with you. This is your planet. Look up. Get off your phone. And if you see something wrong, fix it. Don't wait for permission. This has been loading extremely slow today. And I might have to bypass that. Which means, guess what you get? You get a guy that will not be stopped. Very persistent guy. Guess what? You're going to get a plume show. So I said there had to be plumes up here. And when they pinch point, they're going to develop. So let's look at the chem bombs, the plumes, the whole on the plume of it all. Very French weather. On the plumes come over. Takes a lot of doubloons to make the plumes. You got the doubloons and they want them. Who is they? Our oppressors, the people doing this, the United Nations, who are united against your sovereignty. That's who. Don't play stupid with me. When people go, it's they on a freaking movie, you know who it is. So never ask me that. I'm going to laugh at you. Ask me who them is, and I'll tell you it's giant ants from a movie, okay? This is your daytime image. So you'll see a different definition, so give it a minute. It's not as easy to see. Might have to go in for a gray. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn off the cities because they look gritty and the weather's looking kind of nice for the next couple days somewhere. You thought I was going to say something that rhymed with gritty. Let's see if we're still playing here. And we're playing with odd. Right. Can we have a little bit of a radar action here? All right, we'll go infrared, grayscale. They're going to want me to refresh these. I will not be denied. No. Okay, try that again. Hit that. Cities. Coastal. Boom. Roll tape. And cut. This whole act of doing this needs to go. And cut, man. That Harvard act is over. We're going to have the humane beings turn now on stage. And they said, no, this ain't going on no more. It didn't work. It's not going on. It is changing the environment, this weather. Yep. Doesn't it look like a curtain, like a waterfall descending on you? Look at that movement on the lower deck of ocean. Alright, this is rotating like that. All this plume is emanating from a point. And it went right over the top of Mackay. Rock Camping got its own rocket going over. Look at that. And Sizzler. And it goes back, it all fills itself like, you was doing this. Coloring in something like a computer was controlling something autonomously, drawing in your skies, taking your moonlight even. It ain't good enough. And lovers can fall in love without no moonlight. You ain't gonna get no moonstruck at least. People just gonna act like idiots anyhow. We'll stop blaming the moon. Wouldn't that be a thing? Can I allowed to sing a beautiful song about the moon if I don't change the lyrics? Or I'm just gonna go right to the guilt here. Boom, boom, boom. That looked like one of Darth Vader's type shit from the thing coming off. Watch this. Now, you think that looked normal? You know what kind of normal is? Those young Frankenstein normal. Abby normal. The first name of that normal is Abby. Abby normal. We're not talking Abe normal, your brother normal. We're talking chem bombs. Chem bombs suck. They really, really suck. They suck my air out of the sky and change it into other things. They're making sulfuric acids. The sulfuric acids are going where? If I make a sulfur plume here, as proposed in the Paris Accords, where's it going to go? Right? This is here. Where's it going? Where's it headed? Watch it. Watch it going. Watch it going. It's going toward these little blue dots out here. This is the Great Barrier Reef. Sulfur plumes going over the Great Barrier Reef will dissolve coral. That is all. See my point? I'm not going to go into a rantatiousness tonight. I don't need it. What do you see here? If you look at this image, what do you see? I'm going to give you a minute. See if you start to understand the difference between a plane's chemtrail and a chem bomb deployment or a chemical artillery attack, as I often consider this. And by definition, I probably in a court of law could prove that. By dictionary definitions. What's that? Borg ship? Squares Borg ship? I'm going to get as ridiculous as their excuses. Got some Borg here, 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 here that need to be dealt with. There's some materializing here, 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 and here. I could go full megatard on this, or I could say, do you see these clouds out here are not naturally occurring? Oh, I got a square inside a square. This is going to begin a rotation. Look at this form here, this hexagon here. It's like a beehive in the sky. The giant bees are back, man. They're giant back, man. Oh, my God. Batman, Batman. Where's Batman when you need him? Batman, you shine that signal in the sky, you're going to see a shadow of a middle finger go up. He didn't do this. He didn't put something in the very center of something that made a hexagon, and something dark in the center of that, and something dark in the center of that, and something dark in the center of that, and something dark in the center of that. It looked like house pieces on a Monopoly board. And they're having a monopoly over the weather. And guess who goes to jail? Guess who gets the poor tax card? And guess who gets to go to community chest all the time and go to Vance to go? Go to Boardwalk, the beginning of the game. Your dice rolls doubles and your rolls 3. Endlessly. I'd rather roll the 3 and be honest than roll what their loaded dice and live on my knees. What is this? This is a not naturally occurring cloud formation off the coast of Harvey Bay. I'm not gonna lose it. This is my reef. You get some really wicked weather coming, folks. Really, really bad for this area. And here was your setup. Nothing, something. Right, let's go to you. Right, here's that big swath of chem coming across your country, and here's where your rain's going to be. The prediction of where it'll be blasted out until will happen. You guys are going to cop it in a way, like I said before I went out of town. I've given you 14 days to prepare for this storm. And in that 14 days, it's going to hit. So, don't ever tell me that I can't do a weather forecast based on this information. Hey, I don't have all the resources in it. And you want to ask me certain questions about my personal life? That's just very wrong. That's bad etiquette. Did your mother teach you any manners? Hey, but I will. Look at the amount off coast. That could be inland any moment at that. And the different, little bit differences. You see that? And that's the one everybody normally uses. Uh-huh. And I believe it's higher. No, they did. No, it's all inland. So they say the heavy's all inland now, when they say the other day it wasn't. These people told the people of Lismore it was safe to go back into their town when it wasn't done flooding yet. And I told them, no, don't. And it flooded again. And look at the number that came up here in accumulation for these poor folks. I'm moving that fuck that. No, it's still not adding up. I don't like seeing that. I don't like that at all. This devilish weather, these people are making pentagrams and shit in the goddamn skies and hexagram and all sorts of shit they're doing. And then you see that devilish number popping up. They're just winding this up. All right, I'm going to give you, because I need to stop for a minute, because I did bite my tongue and it's bleeding a bit. Things I don't go through for y'all. Hello, New Zealand. Look at yourselves, and Oz, look at yourselves, and Robert's got to dab his tongue. Shot a piece of rhodonite. Stops bleeding. Known for it. Well, I won't be wishing for that stone for much longer. I'm going to get one sent. I got some butte eggs. Oh my God. Look what these people got. I'm worried about you. Look at this storm that came over them. Right, and this headed your way. This is that moisture that's in there. I think that pointer's ungodly big. And I looked at it on a phone and said, you know, that's kind of small. Let me know what you think. When it's blocking the area I'm trying to see, I don't like it. Oh my God. And this is like some of the downfalls you can expect in this monsoon season you're going through. Monsoon rain, monsoon rain. Y'all better complain. Better complain about the plains. So I gotta do my new jingle in a minute. I told you I'm gonna run this. Right, here's your next 24 hours. And that's what I'm gonna give you, because I guarantee I'll be back on tonight. I'm expecting one more EMF move. So. Right, no surprises. So that will have, its event will pretty much have started flooding your streams. All right, you had nothing, something down Sydney, I want to say. Golly, look at this, poor folks. You guys are going to experience, let's see, lightning's going to be bad because of the amount of distance this stuff is moving. Wind, let's have a look. All right, this wind is going to be EMF outflow feed, and that is a lot. Okay, that's going to whip dust. So again, you'll see videos of lights with shit going through it around here. Because this is gonna whip up dust. There's no way it's not gonna. That's a lot of wind. None. Beginning. It lifts up. It passes it. Picks up more sand. And away it goes. Particles. Hang on a minute. So where are they flowing? No, that's just going to be today's. To find out how they flow, I got to go here. Or wind. Right. Let's see. I got to know. Might issue EMF forecast too. Fucking hell, New Zealand. But I told you about that in advance before I went, and there it is. I'm not surprised. Geoengineering, not surprised. The plan that you trust is right before your eyes. They tell you go vote, and then they don't give you what you vote for. I think the politicians being sold at the door. They freaking are. Doors of hotels. Doors of brothels. Doors that you are not allowed to go past. I'm just running. That's your win. There's going to be some calm out here if you got your boats. Right, I told you boat people, when there's a problem, you're going to find your way. Get over here. All right, there you go. There's your spot. Okay, Harvey Bay? I told you. So look, here's your spot. I wish it would go cursor on me. X-Max this spot. While you're down there, get some people away from Lismore. This could be, we could use this. This is going to be the area of your doldrums. Your Goldie, it's a good shopping line there. You got lots of in and outs here where you could find great safety. But remember, what's coming up over here is coming down that way. So you will have to worry about floodwaters, unpredictable currents, and with winds off here, with unpredictable currents of water flowing down this way, waves will be unpredictable because new sandbars can develop. So be on the lookout, all you fun havers with those boards. Don't be bored when it's time to use the board. I don't know any of you guys way you say stuff, but it's what I think. You guys will have all sorts of words because I can hardly pronounce your town names, but they probably sound really cool. Okay, Sydney, how you doing those days wind-wise? This is very important. Okay, you will flood. There's no doubt. All right, then. So you had pretty much nothing and then everything. Heavy, heavy winds. Having all that up in here, you better watch your tide tables. Watch your moon. Comes in this way. Water's going to hem up in here. Has to. Airport again. They want a new airport? Or they've been asking for a bunch of runways, so... No, they're going to ask for a barrier. Right, they're going to sell you guys a barrier that holds tides out. It's obvious to me now. So by flooding out the end of the airport, you really don't lose a lot. You lose travel, you can up prices on goods and stuff, divert to another airport, which somebody who owns will suddenly get a little bit of money they lost during COVID. So that could be helpful to that business while you're getting the business. And well, when you need new runways and new things, because these will have been destroyed, I imagine there's some land over there they're going to want to fill. So whatever you said no to is going to get said yeah to, and well, Banks Meadow, I'm so sorry. Where this wind hems things up, it's got to go somewhere. This water that used to come down is not going to be able to go where it would go. So it will go where it went last time. What was that? Hang on a minute. What was that? What's this here? You know what that is? From the plains. Not good, folks. Not good at all. I'm going to do this. How you looking in the corner? Oh. Mercy, mercy, mercy. Convoy, everybody being kind. Climate change when your climate is being changed. From Kambamia over here to Bamba Bada Kambambong. Bada Kambambol. Yeah, that's Bada Kambambol. And this is Kambam Bada Bing Bang Bong. And this is Canberra. Go to fuck yourself if you agree to do this to my planet. Is what I think about you. And anybody in that town that told anybody protesting in that town to go home better look up and realize what that town is for. It's a representative of all your people. When I saw that lady do that, she should be ashamed. She should never say, I love Anzac or any of that, because her position towards your freedom of speech was non-existent as the Windows symbols appeared before our eyes. Your windows on the world are your eyes. Open them up. Look at your skies. You can't hide those chem bomb skies. You can't hide this shit. When planes fly, they're leaving lines across the sky. Now, by adding that into the bridge, I should be able to get away with it. Because, well, if Vanilla Ice could steal off Bowie by going dun 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 dun, by adding that dun dun, he made a new song, they said. But you know what I see here? I see something going like this with a line and a line and a line, and I see Nazified skies where people do not see what's going on. N-O-T-S-E-E, Nazi, Nazified skies. On the lower deck, we got the devil with some horns down here, and his eyes going, bah ha ha, you stupid people, holding up the stag and the devils, and they got some position of going ons out here, and you see what's going on. I see what's going on, and I don't like it. This is chem bombs, and I'll do a further look at this tonight. So, there's your weather plan. Here's your warning area, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it under the accumulation and just use one graph to do this. Right. You see this here, like I said the other night? They're gonna do a fold. You're gonna get a bend. Lismore, you're getting it. There's no way you're not. I don't see how. The moisture's there. They're lying to you. If you don't, I'm absolutely be stunned, because this whole coast would be lit up. I have screenshots from yesterday. Think I don't? This is very bad. I am totally not agreeing what they're saying here. So, I'm saying you're going to get every bit of 300 through this zone here. through this zone here, you might as well bring that over on tow, all in a stripe line like this. This area here will not be spared. This has to connect. This moisture, some of the heaviest moisture actually in the storm is sitting right here. It's not going to show me it. The last time I clicked on an area about it was about 450 to 500 over a 10-day period, right? That's half a meter of rain in these spots. That could be over a known geoengineering device place with weather machines known as EMF emitters. This will come ashore. This will come ashore. What a freaking shame. Not under accumulation. I can't get it accumulation. But that's okay. I told you it earlier. It's a lot, folks. Find your dull spot out and contact me, peer group, and let me know where individual boats might be now, and I'll tell you where they could go, or their safest location, right? Or I'll help you learn to read this. But you're going to have to learn to read this, and you're going to have to learn to read this, and you're going to have to learn. I could show this now if it loads, and if it doesn't, I'm going to save it for tonight. Right, I'm going to save that for tonight. There's plenty to show. Everybody, please be safe. Know there's something wicked your way come. And I'm watching. I'm watching it very closely. Right? Yep. Said so the other day. I'm so sorry, Garn. What a shame. They ain't telling you through here. And I'm watching this area very close. There's no reason it shouldn't. So, and I said that before, so I'm calling it. Let's be vigilant through here, and I will keep you posted in a big way. I won't go away in this. But I can catch a few winks now, maybe. All right, that's the stadium. Making sure nobody sleeps because they have a football team that I don't watch. No, I don't. I ain't got TV or any of this Sky shit. You don't think I live so freaking hard. Wow, man, you guys go cop it. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. This is bad. Right, I'm going to do more determinants because I have 5 or 6 more screens I'll never show you guys that I'm going to look at. Because they'll take my websites down. These are, I'm sorry. But I'll get you more of a determination. But now, Sydney, you have time to prepare. Down in this way, you got 24 hours. So you will now, around the gong area, you will take a reaction. Okay? Hey, fucking liars. Yeah, absolutely. Not a damn one of them says they ain't getting wet. The big disagreement is where the moisture is going to be down here. Going on yet? I'm looking for some beam patterns here. I'm expecting something. So, right, I'll see you all this evening. You know you got some times. If you're down that gong area, make some decisions. Rewatch my video if you missed it from the beginning because important information went out all along. Can't be good at it. And right now, be good at, if you warn people, don't get thick in the head staying around to convince. You take care of yours. You take care of your own. You've been good squirrels. You've took care of your business. You've paid attention. Oneness will show up. It's not the water's fault. So bless this beautiful water. I love you, water. I do not love what you are being used for right now. Okay? And may your passing cleanse the world. Big love. Peace.